Effort is often undervalued in a world that glorifies raw talent. Talent is often perceived as a natural gift, something that sets people apart from the masses from birth. This perception fuels the idea that some people are just born for it, whether it's sports, academics, art, or any other field. But the reality is much more complex. While talent provides an initial advantage, it's effort and hard work that shape and define long-term success. The story of effort beating talent is as old as time, and it plays out across all domains of life. Talent may give a head start, but effort, persistence, and dedication consistently outperform talent alone. When we talk about effort, we're not just talking about the time someone spends doing something. We're talking about intentional, focused, and disciplined practice. In psychology, this is often referred to as deliberate practice, which means focusing on improving specific aspects of a skill, constantly challenging oneself, and pushing beyond comfort zones. Deliberate practice isn't easy. It demands mental energy, physical endurance, and a willingness to face failure repeatedly. Yet, it's this very process that leads to mastery. Consider the world of sports, where natural ability is often highlighted. Many of the world's greatest athletes weren't necessarily the most talented when they started. Michael Jordan, widely regarded as one of the greatest basketball players of all time, was famously cut from his high school basketball team. That setback didn't deter him. Instead, he used it as fuel to work harder than anyone else. Jordan spent countless hours refining his skills, practicing more than anyone around him. What ultimately set him apart wasn't just his talent, but his relentless drive to improve. In contrast, there are countless examples of naturally gifted individuals who didn't reach their full potential because they relied solely on their talent. Without the dedication to constantly improve and the humility to acknowledge that raw ability isn't enough, talent can be wasted. This phenomenon is sometimes called the curse of talent, where individuals become complacent because things come easily to them. When they face adversity, they may not have the resilience or work ethic to push through, as they haven't developed those muscles through consistent effort. Another key aspect of why effort beats talent is the learning curve. Talent might provide an initial edge, but effort ensures continuous growth. Someone who is naturally good at a task might plateau if they don't keep pushing themselves. On the other hand, someone who starts with less innate ability but works tirelessly to improve will often surpass the person relying on talent alone. The growth mindset plays a significant role here. A growth mindset, as defined by psychologist Carol Dweck, is the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and perseverance. People with a growth mindset embrace challenges, see failure as a learning opportunity, and keep striving to improve. This mindset is the foundation of why hard work always wins in the long run. In any competitive field, whether it's academics, business, or the arts, hard work provides a resilience that talent alone cannot. Talent may help someone achieve early success, but life inevitably throws challenges, obstacles, and setbacks in everyone's path. When these occur, it's those who have built the habit of effort who are best equipped to persevere. They've been accustomed to working hard, to pushing through difficulties, and to solving problems through sheer determination. Talent on its own doesn't teach those skills. Effort also cultivates discipline, which is essential for long-term success. Discipline isn't glamorous. It's waking up early to train while others are sleeping. It's staying late to finish a project when others have gone home. It's sticking to a routine even when motivation wanes. Talent might get someone noticed initially, but discipline keeps them moving forward when the novelty of a new pursuit wears off, or when results aren't immediately visible. Discipline, built through consistent effort, creates momentum. And momentum, once built, becomes a powerful force in maintaining progress. Furthermore, effort builds character. Hard work fosters resilience, grit, and perseverance, qualities that help individuals not only in their professional pursuits, but also in their personal lives. When you push through challenges and keep going in the face of adversity, you learn more about yourself and your capabilities. This self-awareness and inner strength become invaluable as you navigate life's inevitable ups and downs. People who rely solely on talent may not develop the same depth of character, as they haven't had to fight as hard to achieve their goals. The beauty of effort is that it is accessible to everyone. Not everyone is born with the same level of talent in a given area, but everyone can choose to work hard. This is empowering because it puts the control of success in our own hands. While we may not be able to control our natural gifts, we can control how much effort we put in, how often we practice, and how dedicated we are to improving. This means that anyone, regardless of their starting point, can achieve great things if they are willing to put in the work. Moreover, effort compounds over time. The more you practice, the better you get. Small, consistent efforts build up, leading to significant improvements over months and years. This is known as the compounding effect of effort. Like compound interest in finance, where small investments grow exponentially over time, small efforts made consistently lead to exponential growth in skill, knowledge, and ability. This is why someone who works hard every day will often outpace someone who relies on talent but doesn't put in the same level of effort. This principle applies in all areas of life. In academics, a student who consistently studies, asks questions, and seeks to understand the material will eventually outperform a naturally smart student who doesn't put in the same effort. In business, an entrepreneur who tirelessly works to improve their product, connect with customers, and refine their strategy will outlast someone who may have had an initial advantage but didn't maintain the same level of effort. In relationships, someone who consistently puts in the effort to communicate, understand, and support their partner will build a stronger, more resilient relationship than someone who takes their relationship for granted because it came easily at first. There's also a psychological dimension to why effort beats talent. When we work hard for something, we tend to value it more. This is known as the effort justification defect in psychology. The harder we work for something, the more we feel its worth, and the more committed we become to maintaining it. This creates a virtuous cycle. The more effort we put in, the more we value the outcome, and the more motivated we are to keep working. Conversely, if something comes too easily, we may take it for granted and not put in the necessary effort to sustain it over the long term. Another important factor is the development of skills over time. Talent may give someone a head start, but skills are honed through practice and repetition. Take, for example, the world of music. A naturally talented musician might pick up an instrument quickly, but it's the musician who practices for hours every day who will master the instrument. Skills like dexterity, timing, and the ability to interpret complex musical pieces can only be developed through effort. The same principle applies to any field, whether it's coding, writing, or public speaking. Real mastery comes from the hours and hours of hard work that go into refining skills. In fact, effort not only helps in developing skills, but also in gaining a deeper understanding of one's field. When you work hard and invest time in learning, you don't just become proficient. You gain insights and understanding that someone relying on talent alone might not. This deeper understanding allows you to innovate, adapt, and approach challenges from a more informed perspective. It's the difference between someone who knows how to do something and someone who understands why something works the way it does. This depth of knowledge becomes a significant competitive advantage. Moreover, the process of working hard teaches you how to learn. When you put in effort, you inevitably encounter obstacles, and overcoming those obstacles helps you develop problem-solving skills. You learn how to break down complex tasks into manageable parts, how to find resources and solutions, and how to adapt when things don't go according to plan. These are crucial life skills that can be applied in any area. Talent on its own doesn't necessarily teach these skills because things often come more easily to talented individuals, so they don't have to develop the same level of resourcefulness. The notion that effort beats talent is also reflected in some of the greatest stories of success across history. Many of the most successful people in the world weren't the most naturally talented when they started. What they had was an extraordinary work ethic and the ability to persevere through setbacks. They didn't rely on talent alone. They outworked their competition. Whether it's the countless hours an author spends refining their manuscript or the extra miles a runner pushes through in training, success is built on a foundation of effort. Even in fields that are often considered purely talent-based, such as the arts, effort plays a critical role. For instance, in the world of painting, while natural talent can provide an initial sense of composition and color, The artists who truly stand the test of time are those who consistently push the boundaries of their craft. They work relentlessly, often in isolation, honing their skills, experimenting with new techniques, and refining their vision. Talent alone doesn't create masterpieces. Hard work, dedication, and a willingness to constantly improve do. Ultimately, the belief that effort beats talent is about adopting a mindset of growth and perseverance. It's about recognizing that while talent can give you an edge, it's the hard work you put in that determines how far you can go. When we embrace the power of effort, we realize that success is within our control, that we are not limited by the abilities we were born with, but by the limits we place on ourselves. It bridges the gap between those born with innate abilities and those who may initially lack them but are willing to work tirelessly. This is why effort always triumphs in the end. It levels the playing field by allowing anyone, regardless of where they start, to achieve greatness through sustained dedication and resilience. It is the key to unlocking potential, and once you realize this, you can shift your mindset from focusing on what you don't have to maximizing what you do. The stories of countless individuals who started with little to no advantage serve as a testament to the power of hard work. Think of someone like Thomas Edison, whose invention of the light bulb didn't happen because he was a natural genius. In fact, Edison famously said, "Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration." He made thousands of unsuccessful attempts before finally arriving at a working model. Had he relied solely on talent or given up after a few failures, we might still be living in a world lit by candles. It was his perseverance, his willingness to fail and keep trying, that ultimately led to his breakthrough. Edison's story highlights an important truth. Effort builds resilience. Each failure is a lesson, and each lesson brings you closer to success. This principle applies just as much in the modern world. In technology, someone like Elon Musk didn't succeed by resting on natural intellect alone. His work ethic is legendary, often putting in 100-hour work weeks and sleeping in factories to ensure that his companies succeeded. His early ventures like Zip2 and X.com, which later became PayPal, were not overnight successes, and he faced numerous challenges and setbacks, yet he pushed through them. Musk's vision, combined with relentless effort, allowed him to innovate in industries like electric cars and space exploration, areas where others had either failed or deemed impossible. His success is a product of not just visionary talent, but the enormous amount of effort he consistently applies. This idea can also be seen in fields like science and medicine, where breakthrough discoveries are rarely the result of a single eureka moment, but rather the culmination of years of research, trials, and repeated failures. For example, Marie Curie, the first woman to win a Nobel Prize, worked relentlessly in her research on radioactivity. Her discoveries didn't come from a flash of genius, but from painstakingly isolating radioactive elements over years of grueling work in often hazardous conditions. Talent alone didn't lead to her monumental achievements. It was the countless hours of focused effort and her unwavering dedication to science that changed the course of history. In the arts, the story is no different. Writers, painters, and musicians who have left an indelible mark on culture did so not merely because of their natural ability, but because of the years of effort they poured into their craft. Consider a writer like J.K. Rowling, whose Harry Potter series became a global phenomenon. Before achieving this success, Rowling faced numerous rejections from publishers and struggled financially as a single mother. However, her dedication to her story, her willingness to revise and improve her manuscript despite the setbacks, ultimately led to one of the most successful book franchises in history. Rowling's success wasn't just about talent, it was about persistence in the face of adversity. Even in more everyday situations, effort proves to be the winning factor. Think about students in a classroom setting. While there may be students who are naturally gifted, often the students who perform the best over time are those who consistently apply themselves, do their homework, ask questions, and actively seek to understand the material. These students might not ace every test at first, but their consistent effort leads to gradual improvement and long-term success. Meanwhile, The student who coasts by on talent without putting in the effort may falter when the material becomes more challenging because they haven't developed the work ethic or study habits needed to persevere. This dynamic plays out in workplaces, too. Someone who might not be the most skilled employee at the outset can, through consistent hard work and a willingness to learn, rise through the ranks. Employers value individuals who demonstrate grit and resilience, who show up every day ready to contribute and improve. Over time, these individuals develop not only the technical skills required for their job, but also the soft skills, like communication, problem-solving, and teamwork, that are essential for leadership. Hard work and effort often lead to opportunities for advancement that may not come to someone who relies solely on their initial talents, but doesn't continue to push themselves. In relationships, effort is equally crucial. A strong, healthy relationship isn't built on initial chemistry alone. It requires consistent work from both parties, effort in communication, in understanding each other's needs, and in resolving conflicts. Relationships that last are those where both individuals are willing to put in the time and energy to nurture the bond, even when things get difficult. Effort in a relationship demonstrates commitment, and it builds trust and mutual respect over time. Without that effort, even the most promising relationships can falter. Effort also brings about personal growth. Through the process of working hard, facing challenges, and persevering, you not only become better at whatever skill or goal you're pursuing, but also become a stronger, more resilient person. The lessons learned from hard work extend beyond the task at hand and shape your character. You become more patient, more disciplined, and more confident in your ability to overcome future obstacles. This personal growth is often the most valuable reward of effort. It changes how you see yourself and what you believe you are capable of. Moreover, the satisfaction that comes from achieving something through hard work is far greater than the satisfaction that comes from success handed to you by talent alone. There is a deep sense of pride in knowing that you earned your success through your own effort and perseverance. This sense of accomplishment fuels further effort, creating a positive feedback loop that propels you to even greater heights. Ultimately, the power of effort lies in its universality. While not everyone is born with the same talents, everyone can choose to work hard. Effort is the great equalizer because it puts success within reach of anyone willing to commit to the process. It's about showing up every day, putting in the time, learning from mistakes, and pushing forward even when the going gets tough. This is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who merely possess potential. In a world that often praises talent and quick success, it's important to remember that lasting achievement is rarely the result of talent alone. The most successful people in any field, whether it's sports, business, art, or personal relationships, are those who have combined their talents with a tireless work ethic. They understand that talent may open the door, but it's effort that keeps you moving forward, that helps you overcome obstacles, and that ultimately leads to long-term success. Effort is the engine that drives progress. It turns potential into reality and transforms dreams into accomplishments. No matter where you start or how much talent you have, with consistent effort, you can achieve remarkable things. The journey may be long, and the path may be difficult, but it is through effort that true success is earned. And it's through that effort that you begin to appreciate the journey, not just the destination. The challenges you face along the way become stepping stones rather than roadblocks, each one teaching you something new about yourself and the world around you. Success that comes from hard work is layered with meaning because it's built on the foundation of resilience, determination, and growth. It's not just about reaching a goal, but about becoming the kind of person who can achieve that goal and sustain it. One of the most rewarding aspects of effort is the sense of ownership it gives you over your achievements. When you've worked tirelessly for something, you know in your heart that it's truly yours. It wasn't handed to you, and it wasn't just luck. You earned it. This deep sense of ownership fosters a feeling of empowerment. You realize that, regardless of your starting point, you can shape your future through your actions. This realization is powerful because it shifts your focus away from limitations, what you don't have, what you weren't born with, and places it firmly on possibility. Effort also fosters humility. When you work hard for something, You come to understand the value of persistence, and you develop a deep respect for the process. You realize that everyone, no matter how talented, faces challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. This understanding makes you more compassionate toward others who are on their own journey of improvement. It helps you recognize that no success is without struggle, and it allows you to empathize with those who are still striving to reach their goals. Additionally, effort builds confidence, not the superficial kind that comes from fleeting success, but the deep, unshakable confidence that is rooted in experience and perseverance. When you've put in the work, when you've faced setbacks and pushed through them, you develop a belief in your ability to handle future challenges. You know that even when things don't go according to plan, you have the tools to adapt, to learn, and to keep moving forward. This kind of confidence is invaluable because it's not dependent on external validation or outcomes. It's grounded in your own resilience. It's important to remember that effort doesn't mean mindless repetition or working hard without a plan. True effort involves strategic thinking, learning from mistakes, and constantly refining your approach. It's about working smarter, not just harder. Those who are most successful don't just put in the hours, they put in purposeful, focused hours. They analyze their progress, seek feedback, and make adjustments to ensure they are always improving. This kind of deliberate effort is what separates those who excel from those who merely work hard. One of the key advantages of effort is that it can be sustained and scaled. While talent may peak, effort can always be increased. There's no limit to how much effort you can apply, how much time and energy you can dedicate to improving your skills and reaching your goals. As long as you're willing to put in the work, you can continue to grow, adapt, and push the boundaries of what you're capable of. This scalability of effort is what allows individuals to achieve extraordinary things over time. Moreover, effort creates opportunities. When you consistently work hard, you open doors that would otherwise remain closed. People notice when someone is dedicated, disciplined, and committed to improvement. Opportunities often come to those who show they are willing to put in the time and effort, even if they don't start out as the most talented or experienced. In many cases, hard work creates its own luck. The more effort you put into something, the more likely you are to be in the right place at the right time when an opportunity presents itself. Effort also builds credibility. In any field, people value those who are reliable, who show up consistently, and who are willing to put in the work. When you demonstrate that you're not just relying on talent but are committed to constant improvement, you earn the trust and respect of others. This credibility can open doors to mentorship, collaboration, and advancement, as people are more likely to invest in and support someone who they know will put in the effort to succeed. Another often overlooked benefit of effort is the way it shapes your identity. Over time, the process of working hard to achieve your goals becomes part of who you are. You begin to see yourself as someone who doesn't shy away from challenges, who is capable of growth, and who is willing to do whatever it takes to succeed. This shift in identity is profound because it not only impacts your current goals, but also how you approach future challenges. Once you experience the power of effort, you're more likely to apply that same mindset to other areas of your life, creating a ripple effect of growth and success. Effort also brings clarity. When you put in the time and work toward a goal, you gain a deeper understanding of what it takes to succeed in that field. You begin to see nuances and patterns that may not have been visible to you at the outset. This clarity allows you to make better decisions, avoid common pitfalls, and refine your approach. The more effort you invest, the more you learn, and the more effective your future efforts become. This compounding effect of effort accelerates your growth over time. And perhaps one of the greatest gifts of effort is the way it transforms failure. When you adopt a mindset that values effort over talent, you begin to see failure not as a reflection of your abilities, but as a necessary part of the learning process. Failure becomes feedback, a guide that shows you where you need to improve and how you can do better next time. This shift in perspective allows you to approach challenges with curiosity rather than fear, and it encourages a willingness to take risks and try new things. In the end, the truth that effort beats talent is not just a lesson for success in external pursuits. It's a philosophy for life. It teaches us that we are not defined by our limitations, our starting points, or even our failures. We are defined by how much we are willing to put in, how committed we are to learning and improving, and how resilient we are in the face of challenges. Effort teaches us that we have the power to shape our own futures, no matter where we begin. This truth is empowering because it reminds us that success is within our control. While talent might give someone a head start, effort allows anyone to cross the finish line. It's not about being born with the right abilities or being in the right place at the right time. It's about showing up day after day and putting in the work. It's about recognizing that success is not a sprint but a marathon, and that the person willing to keep going, no matter how tough it gets, will ultimately reach their goal. The beauty of effort is that it belongs to everyone. It doesn't discriminate based on background, resources, or circumstances. Anyone, regardless of where they start, can choose to work hard and improve. This makes effort one of the most accessible and powerful tools for success in any field. Whether you're an aspiring athlete, artist, entrepreneur, or student, the path to success is paved with effort. So, as we consider the timeless truth that effort beats talent, we must remember that effort is not just a means to an end. It is the journey itself. It is the process of growth, the building of resilience, and the cultivation of discipline. It is what shapes us into better, stronger, and more capable versions of ourselves. And in the end, that transformation, earned through hard work and perseverance, is the real victory. Success, after all, is not just about what we achieve, but who we become in the process of striving for it. When we embrace the idea that effort is the true driver of success, we begin to shift our perspective on challenges and obstacles. No longer are they seen as barriers that might prevent us from achieving our goals. Instead, they become opportunities for growth. Each challenge is a test, a chance to prove to ourselves that we can rise to the occasion. The more we face these challenges, the stronger we become, and over time, we build a kind of momentum that pushes us forward, even when things get tough. This momentum is one of the most important benefits of sustained effort. In the beginning, the journey can feel slow and arduous. Progress might seem minimal, and it can be tempting to give up. But as you continue to push through, the cumulative effect of all your efforts begins to show. Each small victory builds on the one before it, and before you know it, you're making strides that once seemed impossible. This is the compounding nature of effort. What starts as small steps eventually leads to giant leaps. Another key aspect of effort is the way it fosters creativity and innovation. When you commit to working hard, especially in the face of adversity, you often find yourself forced to think outside the box. Problems that might have seemed insurmountable at first become puzzles that need solving, and in the process of working through them, you discover new approaches and solutions that you might never have considered before. This is where effort intersects with ingenuity. It's not just about grinding through tasks mindlessly. It's about engaging deeply with the work, pushing boundaries, and coming up with new ways to achieve your goals. In fact, many of the world's greatest innovations and breakthroughs have come not from flashes of genius, but from individuals who are willing to put in the time, effort, and thought required to solve difficult problems. The Wright brothers, for example, weren't the only ones trying to invent a flying machine at the turn of the 20th century, but they were among the few who combined relentless effort with creative problem-solving. They experimented tirelessly, adjusting their designs and learning from their failures until they finally achieved powered flight. Their success wasn't due to a single moment of brilliance. It was the result of years of hard work, experimentation, and dedication. This blend of effort and creativity is often what sets apart those who achieve lasting success from those who achieve only fleeting victories. It's one thing to succeed once, but it's another to sustain success over the long term. The individuals and organizations that manage to do this are those who continue to apply effort, who never rest on their laurels, and who are always looking for ways to improve and innovate. They understand that effort isn't something you stop once you've reached your goal. It's something you continue to apply day after day as you push yourself to new heights. Effort, then, is not just about reaching a destination. It's about continuously evolving, growing, and striving to be better. This mindset is what leads to mastery in any field. It's the difference between someone who is good at what they do and someone who becomes a true expert. Mastery requires a deep, sustained commitment to improvement. It means dedicating yourself to the process, even when it's difficult, even when progress seems slow, and even when you've already achieved a certain level of success. And this is where effort also intersects with passion. When you're truly passionate about something, effort doesn't feel like a burden. Instead, it becomes a source of fulfillment. The work itself becomes rewarding, and the pursuit of mastery becomes a lifelong endeavor. Those who are passionate about their craft or their goals often find that the effort they put in is not just about achieving external success, but about the joy of learning, improving, and pushing themselves to see what they are truly capable of. In many ways, passion and effort feed into each other. The more passionate you are about something, the more effort you're willing to put in. And the more effort you put in, the more deeply you connect with your passion. This creates a virtuous cycle where effort fuels passion, and passion, in turn, fuels more effort. It's this cycle that often leads to extraordinary achievements because it allows individuals to sustain high levels of effort over long periods of time without burning out. But even in cases where passion isn't the driving force, effort still plays a crucial role. There are times in life when we have to put in the work, even when we don't feel particularly motivated or inspired. These are the moments that test our commitment and discipline. It's easy to work hard when you're excited about something, but true growth often happens in those times when you push through even when the work feels difficult or mundane. This is where discipline comes into play, the ability to keep going, to keep putting in the effort, even when it's not easy or enjoyable. In the end, it's this combination of passion, discipline, and effort that creates lasting success. Talent might get you started, but it's the sustained application of effort that allows you to overcome obstacles, achieve your goals, and continue to grow. It's what turns potential into reality, dreams into accomplishments, and ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. Effort is the great equalizer. It's available to everyone, regardless of their background, circumstances, or starting point. And because of this, it offers hope. It reminds us that no matter where we begin, we have the power to shape our future. Through effort, we can learn, improve, and ultimately achieve things that once seemed out of reach. In a world that often celebrates quick success and instant gratification, it's important to remember that true success, lasting, meaningful success, takes time, patience, and a lot of hard work. Effort may not always be glamorous, and the path may not always be easy, but it is the surest way to achieve your goals and to grow into the person you were meant to be. So when you face challenges, when you feel like giving up, remember that effort always wins in the end. Keep showing up, keep putting in the work, and keep pushing forward. Because in the long run, effort beats talent every time. And as you continue to put in the effort, something remarkable happens. You begin to redefine your limits. The barriers that once seemed insurmountable start to crumble, and the distance between where you are and where you want to be shrinks. Effort, when applied consistently, has the power to transform not just your abilities, but your entire outlook on life. It builds a kind of mental toughness that allows you to face new challenges with confidence, knowing that you've overcome difficulties before and can do so again. This transformation is a gradual but powerful process. It's not immediate, and often you don't even notice it happening until you look back and see how far you've come. The small, daily acts of persistence add up over time, and soon, things that once seemed impossible become part of your routine. This is where the true magic of effort lies, in its ability to compound and grow exponentially as long as you stay committed. One of the most profound aspects of this journey is that it teaches you to value the process as much as, if not more than, the outcome. When you understand that effort is the key to progress, you stop obsessing over immediate results. You begin to appreciate the small victories along the way, the lessons learned through failure, and the gradual improvements that come from consistent work. This shift in perspective makes the journey itself far more enjoyable and fulfilling. You stop chasing success as an external marker and start finding joy in the process of becoming better. This shift also has another unexpected benefit. It reduces the fear of failure. When effort is your primary focus, failure loses its sting. You come to realize that failure is not a final destination, but simply a part of the journey. It's a necessary step in the process of growth, a signal that there's more work to be done and more to learn. With this understanding, you begin to embrace failure as an opportunity rather than something to avoid at all costs. This mindset, often referred to as a growth mindset, is one of the most valuable lessons that effort can teach. Instead of viewing your abilities as fixed, you come to see them as malleable, something that can be shaped and improved through hard work and dedication. This belief in your ability to grow and change is incredibly empowering. It frees you from the constraints of talent and natural ability and opens up a world of possibilities that are accessible through effort. With a growth mindset, you begin to take on challenges that you might have previously shied away from. You're willing to stretch yourself, to step outside of your comfort zone, because you know that the only way to grow is to push yourself beyond your current limits. And the more you push, the more you realize that those limits were never as fixed as you once thought. They were just temporary boundaries that could be expanded with enough effort. As you continue to apply effort, you also develop another invaluable trait: resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, to keep going even when things don't go as planned. It's a quality that is forged in the fires of adversity and honed through persistence. Every time you face a challenge and refuse to give up, you build resilience. And over time, this resilience becomes a core part of who you are, giving you the strength to face even bigger challenges in the future. Resilience is what allows you to keep going when the path becomes difficult, when the obstacles seem overwhelming, and when progress is slow. It's what separates those who give up at the first sign of difficulty from those who achieve lasting success. And like effort, resilience is something that can be developed by anyone, regardless of talent or natural ability. It's simply a matter of showing up, putting in the work, and refusing to quit. In fact, some of the most successful people in history are not those who experienced the fewest failures, but those who persisted the longest. They were the ones who kept going when others gave up, who saw each setback as a stepping stone rather than a roadblock. Their success wasn't the result of a single stroke of genius, but the accumulation of countless small efforts, each one building on the last, until they finally broke through. And this brings us to another important lesson that effort teaches. Success is rarely linear. It's not a straight path from point A to point B, but rather a winding journey filled with twists, turns, and detours. There will be moments of doubt, frustration, and even despair. But if you keep putting in the effort, if you remain committed to the process, you will eventually find your way. The road to success is often longer and more difficult than we expect, but it's also filled with far more rewards than we imagine. One of those rewards is the deep sense of satisfaction that comes from knowing you earned your success. When you reach a goal that you've worked hard for, the feeling is far more meaningful than if it had come easily. You know the sacrifices you made, the hours you put in, the obstacles you overcame. And that sense of accomplishment is something that no one can take away from you. It's yours, and it's a testament to your perseverance. But beyond personal satisfaction, there's also the impact that your effort can have on others. When people see someone who is willing to work hard, to face challenges head-on, and to persist in the face of adversity, it inspires them. Your effort can serve as a model for others, showing them that success is not reserved for the most talented, but for those who are willing to work for it. In this way, effort has a ripple effect. Your hard work not only elevates you, but also lifts those around you, creating a culture of persistence, resilience, and growth. This ripple effect extends beyond individual success stories. In teams, organizations, and communities, a culture of effort fosters collaboration, innovation, and collective progress. When everyone is committed to putting in the work, to learning from their mistakes, and to pushing through challenges, the entire group benefits. Effort creates a sense of shared purpose, where success is not just about individual achievement, but about collective growth. In the end, the lesson that effort beats talent is not just about personal success, it's about the power of human potential. It's a reminder that we are all capable of more than we realize, and that with enough effort, we can achieve things we never thought possible. Effort is the great equalizer because it gives everyone the chance to succeed, no matter where they start. So, as you move forward in life, remember that effort is the most valuable tool you have. Talent may give you a head start, but effort is what will take you across the finish line. It's what will allow you to overcome challenges, grow as a person, and achieve lasting success. And as long as you're willing to put in the effort, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Keep pushing, keep striving, and most importantly, keep believing in the power of effort. Because in the end, it's not talent that wins. It's the person who is willing to put in the work, day after day, no matter how difficult the journey, who ultimately comes out on top. Effort always wins.